Franxalier, I know you want to go. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So like, I remember this new monologue again. Because I didn't know what to start. Okay. Hi, my name is Franxalier Caspin. I'm 15 years old and live in Queens, New York. I don't know what's wrong with me lately, but I just get so like there's just like a shiver down my spine when like guys come up to me with their cheesy lines like, "Hey, you have such a beautiful smile," or "Can I tell you you're so beautiful?" Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, who does this guy or that guy thinks who is to give off such compliments? Who gave them the right? Like, we should honestly start oppressing people and like take away the First Amendment from them. What does a girl have to do these days? Maybe if I just vomited on myself, they'd walk away, but I bet that they say that the way you vomit on yourself is so delightful. You know what I'm saying? All I want is to be left alone. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I am my own Miss Independent. Guys are so blind. They really are. Oblivious to when a girl is not interested. Sometimes, I just want to be a man.
That was really fun. This one I think was really, it's age appropriate. It's just like, I don't want to say it's an easy character for you to slip into, but it suits you. And it was like, this is the kind of like funny thing I was looking for you. So I like it, especially for just memorizing it. I think it's in a good place. I think you could go and play more with, kind of who are these guys? Give these guys more specific personalities and play those personalities when you're kind of when you're doing their voices, or when you're make a distinct character trait. Like maybe one of them has kind of like a weird lazy eye, or maybe one of them has this kind of weird posture. He stands in when he's talking. Like you were kind of getting there, but I think you could go even further with it. And yeah, I'd say start there. And like even like this is a really like a character like this you can play really in the body. Like it's a lot of physicality for stuff, especially comedy is a lot of physicality in general, and it adds to the humor. So like that shiver down the spine, like maybe like you could show us like I want to see you shaking and like see that little shiver a little bit more. So all right, let's do it again.
I don't know what's wrong with me lately, but I just get so like there's just a shiver down my spine when guys come up to me with their cheesy lines like, "Hey, you have such a beautiful smile," or "Can I tell you're so beautiful?" Like, I mean, what does this guy or that guy think who is to give me such compliments? Who gave them the right? Like, we should also start oppressing people and take the First Amendment away from them. I did not give any interest or whatsoever. I looked the completely other way when I see contact happening, and they still come up to me thinking they're all suave, and it's repulsive. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does a girl have to do these days? Maybe if I just vomited all over myself, they'd walk away, but I bet they'd say like, "The way you vomit on yourself is so delightful." All I want is to be left alone. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I am my own Miss Independent. Guys are so blind. They really are. Oblivious to when a girl isn't interested in them. Sometimes I just rather be a man.
Nice. That was way better. That was super fun. Keep exploring with that. I'd say the only other thing to watch out for is don't get too locked up in that high voice.
High voice,
you're like,
yeah.
Because it's hard because you're like, oh my god, like that's how we get. Sometimes But with a character like this, I do this too. Sometimes my acting coach, you know, is always on me. She's like, I don't know why you have an acting voice. Like when you're talking, you're here, and then when you're acting, you're like, man. So just be careful of that. But other than that, you're doing great, and I like that.
Thank you.
All right, let me see what else I have on this monologue.